Hello and welcome to Vlog 4. The purpose of this vlog will be to critique the following footage of the wall drive and offer any appropriate solutions to resolve any faults. The skill to accelerate is an essential component of any field or court sport. Given the distances required to reach maximum velocity, most athletes will not have the opportunity to reach their peak speed. Therefore, maximizing the capacity to accelerate from static or from a submaximal pace is essential, and the utilization of exercises that develop this ability are an important consideration for the S&C coach. The wall drive is an exercise that predominantly helps to develop an athlete's ability to apply the appropriate force to the ground during the stance phase when accelerating. Quick acceleration towards peak speed not only requires high ground reaction forces, but also an ability to recover the leg quickly, acquired partly through rapid hip flexion. It is understood that the rate that an individual can recover the leg in order to take the next step during the first 10 meters of acceleration is critical. Both of these factors are supported by the appropriate body position, and this drill will aid in the development of all of these physical characteristics. Initially starting in an upright position, both hands are placed against the wall at the same level as the shoulders. The body must be fully extended from the shoulders to ankles at an angle of about 45 degrees, which will result in a slightly raised heel. The athlete is instructed to push out the chest and pull the shoulders back, with chin lifted and looking forward. The active leg is raised by drawing the knee up towards the level of the hip. The knee should be flexed up to about 45 degrees, while the lower leg is in line with the angle of the body. The ankle must be dorsiflexed, which in turn places the muscle tendon unit of the gastrocnemius and Achilles tendon under tension for effective store and release of elastic energy at ground contact. The action should always focus on driving the active leg back and down so the forefoot makes contact under or behind the hips while maintaining postural alignment. The hip and knee of the active leg must be fully extended. A repetition is completed when the active leg becomes a stance leg and vice versa. The movement should be quick and forceful with maximal intent. Cues to squeeze the glutes, brace core while adopting a pistol-like stamp action with the active leg are encouraged. Upon analysis in slow motion, it is clear that the athlete is maintaining a neutral trunk, lumbar and pelvic position at the point of ground contact, allowing for optimal force transfer. However, the last strike of the right leg will reveal a slight posterior tilt of the pelvis, resulting in a depower position and leading to a potential loss of force being produced. Given the athlete has sufficient hip range of motion and trunk stability, it would appear that the athlete may have experienced skill-related difficulties in disassociating hip flexion from lumbar flexion and possibly ankle dorsiflexion, leading to a suboptimal pelvic position during the knee drive. As such, skill development was prioritized in order to enhance the specific movement patterns given the relative unfamiliarity of the exercise. Single reps were used initially with a reset pause of 3 seconds or so after each rep to ensure key coaching points were adhered to. When the athlete consistently maintained the correct body position, the exercise was progressed to executing 3 quick successive reps. Double sets of odd numbers of no more than 7 reps with adequate rest periods between sets were instructed, thus always starting the next sets with a different leg. It is known that the capacity to maintain a forward lean and alignment of the kinetic chain for optimal acceleration mechanics is dependent on the athlete's strength, specifically through the posterior chain. Allied to this, their ability to use this strength to produce a high rate of force at high muscle contraction velocities is paramount. Wall drives allow an opportunity to transfer weight room strength onto the pitch, with the glutes and hamstrings actively extending the hips in real time. During a sprint, the hamstrings and the gastrocs are working both reactively and isometrically. The wall drills allow a partial replication of these characteristics. It is probably worth considering that, given the training status of the participant concerned, the focus of physical development can be on one or on all of the elements suggested, and its optimal application will depend upon both the aim of the program and the athlete's capabilities, that is, in this case, the strength's capacity to produce high levels of force through the lower limb to overcome the athlete's inertia to reach peak speeds in limited time.